animals. They had to give the animals crushed watermelon because they didn't have enough feed to feed the animals. It started in 2018 in Europe. What's we doing?
Egypt shall mourn, and the foundations of it shall be smitten.
It said Egypt shall mourn, meaning the basis of it, of Egypt, where they get their prosper in, their lands is going to be mourned, and they're going to be smitten. Right?
And the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plague and punishment that God shall bring upon it.
Right, the plagues is talking about what in Revelation? He's talking about the physical famine, and then the plagues that's going to come from what that's mentioned in Revelation. You know?
They that till the ground shall mourn, for their seed shall fail through the blasted in hell, and with a fearful constellation.
Right, a fearful constellation blasted in hell. That started in Europe 2018 and came right to America in 2019. And it hit it 2 times. Once in March 2019 and then out in the fall of 2019. The food shortage already started about 2 years ago in America, 2019, last year. And worse gonna come, you know.
Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draw nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another.
Right, it said woe, meaning destruction, to them that come now, you know.
And one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hand, for there shall be sedition among men.
Right, it said swords in their hand. Now, you can't, what you're seeing now is what you call an uprising. That actually happened, there was a time that happened in Virginia, when they told they were going to take the white man guns, he came out with his guns. You couldn't tell them from the citizens from the damn military because they were so fatigued up. They said, oh yeah, and he said, you can't, and the governor, what was he, the governor? He said, we're going to give body bags. He said, yeah, but them body bags going to be for you. That's the right man. Showing you that they're divided and they're ready for war. Then the governor backed down when the people showed up at the Capitol. You can look this up. This is public knowledge. I can't make this up. So you're going to see different seditions and uprisings all the way up to the end. And it's not over. You're going to see some real ones. Because guess what? That's what happened in Virginia wasn't orchestrated. They didn't expect that. That's why they fell back and came out next thing you know, COVID-19. Yeah. Because they seen that, damn, we up against something. These people still armed. Talk about his people. They're the one who got access to all the damn guns and bullets any damn way. So-called white men, you know.
And invading one another, they shall not regard their kings nor princes.
Right, when it finally comes, that's what you're going to see. Anarchy. It's going to be on a large scale, not this phony uprising they're doing here. That's phony. That's orchestrated. Right, it's going to be a real purge like the movie. Thank you. It's going to be just like the real purge. You know.
And the course of their actions shall stand in their power. A man shall decide to go into a city and shall not be able. For because of their pride, their cities shall be troubled. Their houses shall be destroyed. And the men shall be afraid.
Right, and the men shall be afraid. Because that's why de Blasio refused to block the bridges. They tried to force the policy. It's going to happen the way the Most High says it's going to happen. Or when it's going to happen. Not when they say it's going to happen. That's why he refused to do it. Because they know this Bible. Why is it kept? They know it better than some about people. We don't.
A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. For because of their pride, their cities. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods.
Right.
And because of the lack of bread.
Right. Because of what?
Because of the lack of bread.
Right. And that's already set up. That's already planned slowly. Because right now they call it a shortage. Well, with that, I'm going to say shalom. And the next brother is going to come up.
We'll go across the room and talk, right?
The next brother going to come up and speak. The next brother come up and speak. And my brother edify you in the spirit of truth.
Are you? Me for?
Oh, wait, I'm teaching?
Yeah.
To the brother get ready, but that's what's gonna happen. That's what's gonna happen. And with that, I'm gonna let the next brother come out and speak. And that brother gonna find the spirit of truth.
No, we about to get it how we used to get it.
No, we gotta get the mic.
No, we go. We about to get it how we used to get it. No, we about to get it how we used to get it. You know, since the theme is Romans chapter 13, 11, get that from me, brother.
What's that? What's that?
So all my brethren spoke very well in the spirit. So hopefully I can follow up with the same.
This is the book of Romans, chapter 13, verse 11. And that, knowing the time, that now it is high time to wake out of sleep.
Right. So it is high time to wake up out of sleep. Meaning that the time is now to wake up from your slumber. You're not a black man, you're not a black woman, you're not African American, you're not anything that you believe that you are. Continue.
For now is our salvation nearer than when we believe.
So now our salvation is nearer than when we believe. So no, Black Lives Matter, all those people behind them, they not gonna save you. Jesse Jackson, he's nowhere to be found. Al Sharpton, he sold you out. All your leaders done sold you out. So who are you coming to? There's only one that can save you, and that is Yahweh Shah HaMashiach. Right? Read that.
Verse 12. The night is far spent.
Right. So the night is far spent, meaning that you have no more time. Continue.
The day is at hand. Let us therefore cast off the works of darkness, and let us put on the armor of light.
Right, so let us cast off all the things that has plagued our people. All the craziness, all the atrocities that we go through on a day-to-day basis. Baby mama drama, baby father drama. I hate my brother because his wife look good. All the things that lead us astray, we must cast off. And now return back to our true nationality. Right? Give me Deuteronomy chapter 14, verse 2. Now, a lot of my brethren out in the world, they don't know who they are. They say that they're black, they say they're African American, yet they can't even give you what tribe they from in Africa. That's crazy to me. If you're an African, you should know what tribe you are from. Me and my brethren, we call ourselves and refer to ourselves as Israelites because we know who we are. Right. Read that.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 14, verse 2. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord.
What is a comma? Feel me? It's all good. Read it again.
For thou art an holy people.
So it says thou art a holy people. Holy means to be separate. Right? Read.
Unto the Lord thy God.
To the Most High. So we are separate people unto the Most High God. Continue.
And the Lord hath chosen thee to be a peculiar people unto himself.
So now peculiar has two definitions. It means strange, and also means to be a possession. So here we are, just in one verse, revealing who the true people are. Everybody refer to black people as being strange. But are we? No, because everyone imitates who we are. Continue.
Above all nations.
Nah. You are beneath all nations.
Above all nations.
So again, the so-called black man, woman, and child is above all nations and upon the face of the earth if we come back to this word. Right, now go on Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 15. Right? So now to give you a little more information on who we are, a little more proof in the scriptures, right? We're going to show you in Deuteronomy 28th chapter, all like the curses that were before our people if we did not uphold our end to the covenant that the Most High had made with our ancestors. Right?
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
So it shall come to pass, meaning that this thing will happen if you do not hearken or listen to the word of the Most High God. Right?
To observe all his commandments
To observe and do his commandments, meaning that you should follow his commandments,
and his statutes,
observe and do his statutes,
which I command thee this day,
which Moses had commanded us in the wilderness.
that all these curses,
That all these what?
all these curses,
That all these curses shall befall you. To be cursed is to be shamed. To be cursed is to be downtrodden. To be cursed is to be beneath all people. Even if you are supposed to be above all people. Even if you're supposed to be the head, you will now be the tail because you're cursed. Right? Now go to I think it's 49.
it's the book of Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 49. The Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far.
Right, now again, we are explaining the curses. So here from the 49th chapter it says that the Most High shall bring, go ahead, shall bring what?
A nation against thee from far.
Shall bring a nation against thee from far. Now, being as though we are originally from what we call the Middle East today in Israel, we already knew about the Africans, the Egyptians, we knew about the Libyans, we knew about the Turkish, we knew about the Medo-Persian empires, we knew about the Greeks. But we ain't know about America, did we? Wow. Continue reading.
From the end of the earth.
From the end of the earth. America is really on the other side of the earth compared to Africa, the Middle East, India, Asia. Continue.
As swift as the eagle flight.
As swift as the eagle flight. Now, the national bird or the national, whatever you want to call it for America, is the eagle. Continue.
A nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand.
Again, if we are originally from these regions, well, which is Africa, Middle East, Asia, or whatever, we know their tongues. But we didn't know English. We didn't know how to speak English. And even up to this day, we still don't. Because how we use the words is different than how the European use the word. So bad to us mean good and bad to them mean bad. Right? Continue.
A nation of fierce countenance.
Man, a nation of fierce countenance. Now, I hate to bring up a brother, but George Floyd, that brother died a horrible death. A lot of our brothers and sisters die horrible deaths at the hands of these overseers who are called police officers. Right? So that is a nation of swift countenance. Read it again.
A nation of fierce countenance. Which shall not regard the person of old.
Who shall not regard the person of old. It doesn't matter if you're an old man. I remember when Obama had first got in office in 2008. Henry Louis Gates Jr., he's a professor at Harvard. He went to go inside his own house. A white woman called the cops. The cops arrested him on his own lawn. And then when they went inside the house and saw the pictures of his own self in his own house, they said, nah, you don't live here. This can't be yours. What type of nonsense is that? They don't give a damn about you. They don't care about your family. So all this Black Lives Matter, we need to be with the All Lives Matter and white people is good and Asians is good. All that is hoopla. Right? Keep reading.
Bring it out. Nor show favor to the young.
Nor show favor to the young. Man, I'm only 25, but I could go as far back and I can remember all the young people who died at the hands of some wicked heathen, whether they be white, Asian, or whatever. Danroy Henry, Oscar Grant, Omar Edwards. I could bring out so many names, and they were under 25. Right? So now, being as I gave you a little brief, explanation of who we are, right? I'm gonna give you who our enemies are. Go to Psalm chapter 83. And this is real simple. Like being in the world, we are taught to, respect all people and love all people. And it doesn't matter about the color of your skin. It doesn't matter how you were raised or where you were raised. We should all come together and hold hands. But that is not how it works in warfare. All this is just tribal warfare. Right? Go ahead and read that.
This is the book of Psalm, chapter 83, verse 1. Keep not thou silence, O Yahweh. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O Yahweh. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult.
Done. So the enemies who are trying to rise up against the Most High is making a commotion.
And they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
Right, so crafty counsel is what? Alright, so we all live in the so-called hood, but we don't own any businesses in the hood. We don't own no stores. We have to go to the Asian. We have to go to the Arab. We have to go to everyone else besides ourselves. And then if we have to go to ourselves, the person who's selling it to us is getting their merchandise from someone who doesn't look like us. That makes no sense. Continue.
And against thy hidden ones, they have said, come, and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
Right, so we no longer know who we are as a people. We refer to ourselves as black, we refer to ourselves as African American, Negro, Afro this, Afro that. But in all actuality, we are really the Israelites of this book. However, our enemies had destroyed us so much that we don't know who we are.
For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee.
So they have come together with one consent. They are confederate, meaning that they are in cahoots with one another.
The tabernacles of Edom.
So the houses of the white man, continue.
And the Ishmaelites.
The Arab.
Moab.
The Asians.
And the Hagarine. Ebal and Ammon and Amalek, the Philistines with the inhabitants of Tyre. Ashur also is joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot, Salah. Do unto them as unto the Midianites.
Right. So Asaph, who actually wrote this verse or this scripture, he's asking the Most High to destroy these wicked nations who are basically destroying our people. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter who you hate or who you love. You have an enemy. It is impossible to live in this world without having an adversary. They show it to you all the time in television. Even growing up in school, you always want to be better than that one person who was next to you. It doesn't matter whether it was spelling or math. It was always a competition to see who would be better than. It's just that now, being as we got older, we got a little more wiser, we really know who the enemy is. We know who the adversaries are. The adversaries is anyone who don't look like you. Simply because at the end, they will destroy you. Right? Give me Luke chapter, I think it's 21. Luke chapter 21.
This is Proverbs chapter 11 verse 1. A false balance is abomination to the Lord.
So a false balance is an abomination to the Most High. So if a man is hyper feminine and has no masculinity within himself whatsoever, that is a false balance, and you're an abomination to the Most High God. The Most High is all about completion. He's all about balance, right? He's a just God. He's a faithful God. He's a merciful God. However, he is also a vengeful and wrathful God. He said that. The brother about to bring it out right now. Give me Romans chapter 1 verse 25. Y'all got some questions?
No, I just want to hear what you have to say.
Are you ready?
I'm listening.
So, y'all homosexuals?
Yes.
So do you believe we were born that way?
Yes.
Word?
Yeah.
So the Most High had nothing to do with that?
Yeah.
Alright. Romans chapter 1
You don't agree?
This city.
Hold on.
Leviticus 20:13.
2013.
This is taking forever. Come on. Speak
Oh, you
up.
want the fire?
Come on, speak
Read
up.
that.
This is,
You're taking too long.
this is the book of Romans, chapter.
Book of Romans chapter 1, starting at verse 25.
He can take
Bring it out,
Come on.
Who changed the truth of Yahweh into a lie?
Who changed the truth of God into a lie? Nothing more than man. See, man will tell you that you're born gay. He will tell you that it doesn't matter who you love. Love is love, and you can marry who you want. A man can marry with a man, and a woman can marry with a woman. Give me read something. All right, bring that up. Continue that up.
And worship and serve the creature more than the creator.
Worship and serve the creator, the creature more than the creator. Who is the creature? Nothing more than an adversary called Satan. See, these people here, they were not born that way. They are afflicted with demonic energy. Continue.
Who is blessed forever. Amen.
Keep reading.
For this cause Yahweh gave them up.
Whoa. Read it loud.
For this cause Yahweh gave them up unto vile affections.
For this cause, the Most High has brought them out unto vile affections. Bring it out, Keep going.
For even their women did change the natural use, that which is against nature.
That was against nature. The natural nature of a woman is to be what? It's to be feminine. It's to have children with a
Hold on.
woman.
Can I ask you a
To have
question?
children with a
Can I
man.
ask you a question?
What's your question, sir?
How many versions of the Bible have there been?
How many verses of the Bible?
Yeah.
Alright, we'll answer that once we finish this, right?
You know why you're able to say this? You
Bring
know
it up.
what?
Wait,
Why
just
this
let him-
makes sense?
let him
No,
talk.
I'm not because.
Let him
And
talk.
likewise also the men,
Likewise, also the men. Continue.
leaving the natural use of a woman.
Even the natural use of a woman. I don't know about the butthole, but I know that the boom boom for good. That's the natural use of a woman. You feel me? Like when you have a natural urge, you feel me? Like you don't want to use your hands. That's weird. That's nasty. That's unseemly. That's unrighteous.
Then how come so many men like fucking girls in their butthole?
Burned in their lust.
Burn
toward
in
another.
their lust one to another.
So if you're saying,
So if you're straight, but it's
saying the
okay,
gay
I
identity is enough to send you to hell
Continue.
above any other identity,
just-
then
Men with
why
men working,
are white
that which
gay
is
men
unseemly.
oppressing
Men
you?
working
Why
with
are
men,
white
which
gay
is
men
unseemly.
experiencing more
What is
privilege than
unseemly
you?
about
If it's just a
men
gay
being
part
with
of it,
men?
why would
I
your
bring
Lord
out that
allow
precept in
for a white
Leviticus.
gay man to oppress you if they're so gay?
My biggest
Otherwise-
question is how come they said the three most attractive members out here?
Let me ask you a question. What do y'all think y'all ending is going to be?
Because I'm looking between the three of them and that. Thanks. No, I said
What do you
a
think
lot
your
of
end is gonna
men like fucking their girlfriends in their butthole. And that's because
And also a lot of guys enjoy prostate stimulation. Don't they enjoy prostate stimulation?
and you guys also like
Yes.
If a man
you guys like
also lies with
getting your
mankind
butts fucked?
as he lied with a woman, both of them have committed an abomination.
What is an
Well, guess
abomination?
what? Your God abandoned you.
Oh no, our God never abandoned
Oh,
us.
their God never abandoned them. So
I'm
and what?
just curious. So you see Black Lives
They
Matter and all this
destroyed-
shit going on, and this is what you're choosing to focus
Oh
on?
no,
So
Black
the
Lives
Lord
does matter
allowed
according
for
to this book.
slavery.
Really? Because
The
Black
Lord
lives were
allowed
sold
for
into
your
slavery by
oppression.
God, according to the White Bible.
According to the White Bible,
Yeah.
Yes.
word,
If you look
bring
at the
out
Old
Deuteronomy
Testament,
chapter
it
1.
defends
Deuteronomy
this
chapter 1,
slavery.
guess
Chapter
what?
28, verse
He
1.
literally said black people, Jews, original black Jews can go straight to hell. So, I'm just curious, what do you mean? What are you saying? You can do that all you want. You're still really cute, so.
This is the book of Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 1.
Verse 1.
And it shall come to pass,
It shall come to pass.
and thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy
Listen to the
power,
Most High. Go ahead.
to observe to do all his
To
commandments,
do all his commandments, which he commanded us.
which I command thee this day,
Right?
that the Lord thy power will set thee on high.
So, when you read verses 1 to 15, right, in that in Deuteronomy chapter 28, you see that
Some
those are all
homophobic
blessings that
shit,
we
by the
listen to,
way,
right?
just so
Now
you
go to
understand.
chapter. No, go
You
to
never answered
15.
my first question though. How many versions of the Bible have there been? How many?
Plenty.
How many?
Written by men.
How
They're
many?
written by
And who
men
wrote
who want to
them?
oppress
How
you.
many and who wrote them?
That's
Because
who wrote
slavery
them.
was condoned by the Bible.
It's written by the same church.
Every
It's
black
written by the same. It's written by the same church.
It's only
sponsored
allowed
and
to
allowed
speak
for slavery to come to
because
America. That
of
is,
the fact
those
that
are
there are people who said the Bible's
those are the people who
fucking wrong.
supported the facts that you're talking about.
So you can
right
stand
now.
here free as free men and say that the Bible is telling you this, and that, but you're not explaining to me how many versions of the Bible have there been. You're not explaining to me how the Bible can condone slavery of black people.
Why would
But
the
you
Lord
can
allow
stand here and
your
use the
own
Bible
oppression,
to
the
talk
Lord
about
that
anybody
you
else.
worship?
Answer all of them.
The first one, he
Bring
said
it.
that God forgave
I don't care what my friend is saying. What I want to know
Romans
is why you
chapter
haven't
11
answered my
verse 1.
question.
I say then, has God cast away his people? God forbid.
You haven't answered my question. Use your own words. I don't want to
And
hear what
above
you said
all,
right
the
there.
Lord
No,
said,
I want to hear what you can interpret from that on your own.
It's being very unruly.